It's very good now. And you got to play defense against these guys, and you got to keep the ball moving.
Derrick Rose struggling 1 for 11. Will you play him in the fourth quarter?
We'll see how it plays out. You know, he's been out for a long time, so he's pretty rusty.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Mark.
You know, Tom Thibodeau had a perfectly modulated voice level when we talked with him prior to the game.
Yeah, and you knew it wouldn't last, especially tonight with this atmosphere. There's a lot of coaches in the league who lose their voice. Doc Rivers, every game by the end, he sounds like he's got laryngitis.
Fourth quarter underway. Miami with 4 on the shot clock. Now to 2, 1. Oh, Taj Gibson with the block from behind. It's a shot clock violation. And the Bulls bench continues to do the job at both ends.
Look at Gibson gamble, comes from behind. He knows the shot clock is down, that Miller has to create a shot and get it up there. He gambled and was right.
12-4 run by the Bulls since the bench came on. One starter on the floor, Rick Hamilton. He just lost it, and James with an elbow to Asik. You hear the crowd looking for a foul as Bosh is fouled by Deng.
Well, there's 2 factors with the Bulls bench. One is the defense. 2 is they move the ball better than their starting unit does. And despite that turnover on the last play, for the most part, their bench has gotten the ball going side to side.
Second on Deng. Bosh to the line at 82% free throw shooting. We take a look at the national television big board, a full slate of games across the NBA networks. Friday, Suns, Rockets, Mavericks, Blazers on ESPN. Sunday on ABC, Heat and Knicks, Mavericks, Lakers, and then NBA TV has a doubleheader Monday, Sixers and Magic, and Oklahoma City playing the Clippers in LA.
Sixers have regained some of their magic after the tough stretch of losing 4 in a row.
Miami by 1. Opening minute, fourth quarter. Should say Miami by 3. That one free throw, and then Watson cuts it to a 1-point lead. Watson now has 8 points. Oh, look out. No foul call, just a lot of contact. Here's James. LeBron James. And things getting very physical. This started back in the first half.
And LeBron James set that screen. That wasn't an accident. He went out of his way to knock him off, and he knocked him down. Then he was very aggressive, going right to the basket, almost daring Chicago to lay him out.
Here's Deng for 3. Yes. 14 points for Luol Deng, who's made it back with from a torn ligament in his left wrist. I say made it back, but he's wearing that soft pants. Could have had surgery, but would have put him out for the season. So he's hanging in there despite the occasional pain. Bosh. Rebound Gibson. Watson pulls it up for 3. Asik with the back tap. And they have a new clock.
That's what he does. So active on the glass and defensively. And guys, this has been, I think, the best lineup for the Bulls tonight as Deng gets fouled by Chalmers on the cross match in transition.
Here's the first screen. LeBron, look, a little bit of a shoulder.
That's a foul.
It is a foul. He went out of his way to move that shoulder. And there you see the foul at the other end of the floor. Fronting Deng, he sends him to the ground.
Foul on Chalmers, his 4th. He takes a seat. Watson played by Wade. Deng being guarded by James, who's called for the foul. LeBron picks up his first.
The crowd sarcastically cheers. They saw that illegal screen that James set. And that's normally a play that officials catch very easily because it's so exposed, you know, at half court and very easy to see. You've got to be rock solid on that screen. You throw an elbow out like that, puts a player in danger injury-wise, so that's an automatic foul normally. LeBron got away with one.
Deng with the runner. Gibson able to get to it. And Watson pulls it back as they have the new 24.
How many extra possessions has this bench unit provided for Chicago tonight?
Watson banks it home. C.J. Watson, who was not drafted, he bounced around Italy, Greece, the D-League, 3-8-0-1 for Chicago, and they now lead by 5.
That was Deng all the way. He created that by driving the ball, created a shot for his teammate on the opposite side of the floor.
Kyle Korver coming off a standout game the other night. James draws the foul, and it's what a shot by LeBron James, able to get it off despite the fact that he was hammered by Taj Gibson.
Ball fake, gets Gibson in the air, steps underneath him. A Wade-like move by LeBron James.
And Tom Thibodeau was furious. Taj Gibson just lacking the discipline on that one possession. He's been so good all night, but you just can never jump at a pump fake from either Wade or LeBron. Neither one of them is a great shooter, so if they make an outside shot, you pat them on the back and send them back down the floor, but do not bail them out with a foul.
Three-point play by James. He's the high man with 26. Chicago's lead is now 2. Gibson. Good box out by Bosch.
Paid so much attention to Korver coming off that screen down. 2 jerseys went to him. That's what left Gibson wide open.
Bosch over Asik, and the game is tied at 70. 19 points for Bosch.
I think Chicago's bench has maybe expended its energy, particularly on the front line. Maybe time to go back to Noah and Boozer, although you just don't get the same type of activity, particularly with Boozer.
They cut off Watson. There's no angle. Gibson unable to convert on the open jump.
Now remember, the last 2 shots that Gibson's taken that went in and out, that was Boozer's shot if he were in the game, which he's been making.
James Turiaf tried to collect himself, but he stepped out.
Well, Mike, you mentioned Kyle Korver. The Bulls love to run their offense with him on the floor because they space you out so much. Look at Korver, always a threat, and so they run their offense to one side with Deng, make the defense move, and then Deng with the beautiful pass. And Korver having a good night tonight, coming off that incredible effort 2 nights ago when he had 14 points and 7 boards, a couple block shots even.
And that's a kick ball, so the shot clock is reset. 14 on the clock. Here comes Boozer and replaces Omer Asik in his 2nd year here in Chicago, out of Turkey, a 2nd-round draft pick back in 2008, taken by Portland, traded to the Bulls after playing in his native country for 2 seasons. So Boozer up front with Korver and Gibson. Ronnie Brewer has also come on, he and Watson in the backcourt. Battier giving Korver no space. Boozer with a bad shot. Had to get it off with the shot clock running down, and Wade able to beat the Bulls down court. Miami back up by 2.
Great job of Wade holding the defender on his back. He let the ball go over his head before he went to get it, and he knew that Watson had no chance of getting to it.
The pitching of the 4th quarter.
Question now for Tom Thibodeau with Derrick Rose on the bench. Do you bring him back? You know, he has not been effective at all tonight. C.J. Watson remains on the floor for now, but look at the numbers. Rose in -23. So how much does this game mean to you versus the big picture? Are you trying to bring Rose back as Watson gets fouled? You know, are you trying to get him healthy, get him in rhythm for the playoffs, and bring him back and let him kind of play through this game? Or do you really want to win this one and keep Watson out there?
You know, it could be a very, very difficult situation for a head coach to be put in a spot where your superstar is on the bench. He hasn't played well all night. You're in a very, very close game, and you have to make that decision. Do I go back to him? Do I just let him sit there? And you see the missed free throw that time by Watson. And now that goes to relationship and understanding of player, coach, if he said, listen, he may have said to him, we don't know this. Look, it's not going well. I'm concerned about your ankle. We need you for the playoffs to be strong. You're going to sit.
It goes to the relationship and it goes to the character of the player. And I know I wouldn't worry about Derrick Rose at all, just like I wouldn't worry about Tim Duncan, somebody like that. Some guys in the league you have to worry about. I don't think you have to worry about Rose.
Vanier looking to post, goes with a sweeping hook. The numbers on Rose, 23 minutes, just 1 for 11. Does have 7 assists, but again, trying to get into the rhythm at the offensive end and just could not. Oh, what a move. Taj Gibson.
He got LeBron guessing that time and went around him on the baseline.
Bulls by 1.
Interesting that Thibodeau has stayed with Gibson here and kept Noah on the bench.
And now Derrick Rose walking over to the scorer's table, so he will make his return. Wade gets it up and gets the roll. Chicago native Dwayne Wade, now 7 of 15, 14 points. He said when he first came into the league it was kind of strange to play here back in his hometown, but said now it's just like any other arena, any city. Shot clock down to 5. Korver for 3. Yes! Oh, he is unconscious. Kyle Korver with his 4th three-pointer, 4 for 5 from beyond the three-point line of the Bulls with a 76-74 lead.
In talking to Tom Thibodeau, watch this shot by Korver. In stride, he pivots in on that left foot, never broke stride, stroked it from behind the line. Talking to Thibodeau before the game, didn't he mention to us in the last 10 meetings, he thinks they're like 5-5, and 6 of the 10 games were decided on the last possession.
And that may well happen here this evening. Miller with a runner. Here comes Watson. The Heat able to hustle back. And Watson resets.
Vanier races to Kyle Korver in the corner. Good transition defense, finding the hot shooter.
Korver gets it down low to Boozer. Ball knocked away and batted out of bounds. Last touch by James, so the Bulls maintain possession. Chris Bosh checks back in, as does Derrick Rose, who hears it from this crowd.
And I think the crowd also is giving it to C.J. Watson for his effort.
You're exactly right. Fans are standing up for C.J. going out, as well as those who know Rose. Basket through. Kyle Korver.
So Korver does it again, and the Bulls have a 78-74 lead.
Let's go. From the crack, off the backboard. Oh, you're up.
Well, this is what Tom Thibodeau says every time the Bulls play against Miami. Keep the ball moving. He knows that the best way to attack this defense is with ball movement. That's why the Bulls have struggled with Derrick Rose on the floor tonight. The ball sticks in his hands. When he's been off the floor, they've moved it side to side, which allows Korver to find some open shots off screens. It allows Deng some movement to create some things. So the key now for Rose, can he keep the ball moving on a night when he's struggling? He's got to keep the offense going.
And the Chicago bench has scored the last 13 points. 8 of the 13 by Korver. 4-point lead for the Bulls. Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Shot clock down to 4. Wade twisting his body and gets the roll.
How did he make that?
He was coming down. It was going to be a travel. He got it up on the rim and got the roll. That's the second roll he's gotten like that tonight.
He even looked away from the basket in midair to find a teammate and then looked back at the rim.
There is Boozer with a rainbow. He's had a hot end after a slow start. 19 points for Boozer. Meanwhile, for Miami, Wade has scored the last 6 points. 2.5 to play in the fourth. The Bulls by 4. Bosh for three. A rare three-point attempt by Chris Bosh.
And Dwayne Wade looks at LeBron and says, I got him on the post.
Rose played by James. Korver coming off the pick.